friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thank you so much for being here today and spending your time with me. As always, I truly appreciate how you guys could be doing so many different things, but you choose to spend your time with me in my little planner world. So today I am filming a very long-awaited, way too long, and my apologies for those of you who have been part of the Chappy fam for a couple years now. But it's always been highly requested to see swatches. And I've mentioned this more recently, and especially now that I am doing the majority of my planning on Tomoe River paper. So this is going to be an ongoing media journal for me, and I've shared this a little bit already on my channel. But I figured there's so much paper in here, I'm going to use the back for swatching. So I just use these tabs that I have from Ali Edwards, and I wrote swatch on them, and I started at the end because I can't swatch every single pen on this video. We'd literally be here for days and days and days and days and days. So, I did some of them offline, and I will do some of them on the video and then probably pause it and do some more and come back and that kind of thing. But I will, through the magic of editing on the YouTubes, put it all together into one cohesive video. That's my hope. So I've already started in the back with my fine liner type pens, so I have some zebra click art pens in the rainbow pack. And if you can see, they do bleed a little bit. They definitely ghost, which doesn't bother me, but the bleeding does. They do, however, write extremely smooth on the Tomoe River paper, but Tomoe River paper is just heavenly anyway. So there's that. These are my Papermate flares. I don't ever use them. They were like all the rage for me a couple years ago, and I've since kind of moved on. I'm definitely a gel pen girl, so I don't really use fine liners. However, these do write very smoothly on the paper. Again, I think it's more of a testament to the paper than the pen, but that could just be my guess. If you can see, there is no ghosting, or sorry, no bleeding, only ghosting with the flares, so that's really encouraging. Then I swatched all of my Tombow twin tone pens, which are these. So I had the rainbow set, the pastel set, and the bright set. And I really loved the way these were able to glide across the page. And I'm trying to see, there's no bleed through. It's all just ghosting. The bleed through that you see is actually from what I'm using to do headers, which is this Sharpie pen in a 04. It's just a felt tip pen. So that does bleed. So far, honestly, like the click art pens surprise me in that they bleed and the other ones don't, but I think it's just because the ink is so juicy, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to swatch my Zig clean color dot markers. I have lots of sets. I have the 12 pack set, and these are all linked to my Amazon storefront. I have I think this is like the bold or bright set, I forget. And I have the mild set. There is now a neon set that I'm aware of, but I don't know if I'm going to get it, only because I really don't use neon colors very often. But there is a set. They're not dual tipped. They're just like this mild set where it's just the dot on the end. A while back, I did do a comparison. I picked up some probably a year and a half ago. If I can find that video, I'll link it in the description box. But I found dot marker pens at Michael's. It was like the Recollections brand. And I swatched those, I believe. And I'm pretty sure I shared that with you guys. I'm pretty sure. So if I can find that, I will link it in the description box. But I thought I would just do this like completely silently. There's just something about like ASMR lately that's really like appealing to me. So I'm going to do the clean color dot markers. I'll probably put a little bit of music on in the background just because I live on a really busy road, so it can kind of be annoying to hear all the cars whizzing by. So hopefully the music drowns some of that out. And then I think after I do the clean dot markers, I'm going to move on to Mildliners, which I have a zillion of. And I'll get to that in a minute. But right now, I am just going to start doing the clean color dot markers. Okay, so these didn't ghost too bad. I'm surprised. I thought they would be way more like, I thought they would bleed a lot more than they did because they are pretty juicy. You can see where I did some of the dot part, they did bleed through. But for the most part, there's just ghosting, especially with like the writing, the fine tip end. So that is very exciting to see, very satisfying. Okay, so I am going to move on to my Zebra Mildliners. So these were gifted to me from Zebra. There is actually a promo video with me in it on their website, which is hilarious. So I was very, very, very lucky to be gifted these. And they are a collection of, I got these a couple years ago. So there have since been more colors added to the collection as far as Mildliner colors. These were like considered basically the full set. They didn't come this way. I organized them this way. It makes sense in my brain to have them this way. I like to go pinks, reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, browns, grays, then blacks. So this just sits up on my desk all the time. And the shorter one in front is the double-ended Mildliner. And then in the back is the double-ended brush pen. And what's really cool actually is that on these markers, so you have your regular Mildliner tip, chisel tip there. And on the brush pen, it's, you know, a little bit of a larger sized brush pen than like a Pentel Fude Touch or something, or a Tombow Fudenosuke. But on the bullet end, there is fine comes on the Mildliner, but super fine comes on the brush pen. So if you look at these tips, I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but this is certainly wider, as is the nib. So you'll see when I'm swatching that they will create a different width. This one will probably take me a while, so make sure you're comfy. And then I also have the mild set. And what else? I have this neutral set. I don't know if there was another one that came with this set. I think that might be it. I also have, I probably won't swatch these on camera, but I'll probably go through other Zebra highlighters that I have, like Zebra brand. Oh, here it is. I knew there was another one, the purple one. The Cure Rich glitter highlighter. And I also have the metallic brush pen. Okay, well, I am super confused because I have no idea where my brush pens went off to, but apparently they grew a pair of legs and walked away. So until they make their appearance, I won't be able to swatch those either. But again, I was going to do that off camera. So my thought is I'm going to go from the Mildliners into the only other set of highlighters that I have that I will use if I can't, for whatever reason, make these colors work for me, are the Sharpie S Notes. Found them. They were behind the S Note. That's the only thing about the Alex drawers. Like, you can't pull the drawer out all the way, so there's all this space in the very back that you, like, lose your stationery items. Okay, anyway. First world problems. So these are the Sharpie S Notes. I also have the other ones, but I don't use them, like, at all. The originals that came out, I think they're just, like, Sharpie S highlighters. This is the Sharpie S Note Duo. I think it's like they're trying to do the Mildliner thing. And especially even like based on the barrel, right? It's got they call it a creative marker. So there's a chisel tip end on this one and then a teeny tiny little bullet tip end. And what's interesting about this one is this is almost like a bullet, like a dot marker, but very tiny. So what I'm going to do is, again, put on a little like Yaz music or some kind of light, delightful sound in the background on top of me making all the noise with my markers. So I'm going to get going with that. So there's not really any ghosting at all with the lighter colors. Some of these colors that I don't use as much had a little ghosting. And I wonder if that's just because they're so juicy because I don't use them hardly ever. But ultimately, I think they're really excellent on the Tomoe River paper. I'm going to continue swatching with the other 2 sets of Mildliners now. Okay, so that is it for all of my Mildliners. As you can tell, the natural and neutral set are only off by a couple of things. So the neutral set includes this copper color and cool gray. The beige, cream, and olive are in both sets. The natural set has regular gray, which comes in like the standard Mildliner pack. You can see it right here. But it also includes dusty pink, which isn't included anywhere else. So I definitely did buy all of these. I gave my dupes to my friends. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I think they may have since come up with a better way to combine all of these new sets. So definitely check that out. I have linked them in my Amazon storefront. But that's it for the Mildliner section. I'm going to do the Sharpie Duo S, whatever they are, Sharpie Duo S notes off camera. And then I think I'm going to come back and do some more, depending on how long this video is. I have to take a look at the footage. But I feel like highlighters should be in one video. And then maybe the next video will be like brush pens, and then gel pens, paint pens, that type of thing. You get the idea, right? Okay, so I'm going to do these Sharpie S notes off camera, and then I'll come back and we can chit chat just a little bit. Okay, so here is the Sharpie S Note Duo swatch. I looked for quite a while and could not find anywhere where the names of the colors were listed, so I just did this. And if you look at the Mildliners, they're pretty close. I purposely didn't do anything on this side. I wanted to leave it blank so that I could compare the colors. They're similar, but they're also different. And I'm not gonna lie, I liked, and maybe it's because these are older. It could be because the zebras are older and I've hardly used the Sharpie S Notes, but they went a lot smoother. But again, I think that's for a couple reasons. One, they're newer and I've hardly used them. And two, the way they're stored. Sadly, I don't know if this is the best way to store. In fact, I know it's not the best way to store my markers, my brush pens, because the brush pens ideally should be stored horizontally so that the ink doesn't run out or go to like one end of the pen and then not work correctly. So I'm kind of trying to decide how I want to reconfigure my pen storage, which is like right there. You can see I've already started kind of playing around. Well, you probably can't tell the difference, but for me, I know it's a difference, and I'm constantly reorganizing and changing the way things are in my craft room. So I always say like, oh, I'm gonna film a video of my craft room, but then I switch it up 800 times before I even like, I don't know. I feel like it looks one way and then I need to change it. And then I'm like, oh, now I can't film it because I'm changing it again. Anyway, hopefully that'll be a video that I can get to you guys in sometime. Hopefully in the spring. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video featuring Zebra Mildliners, Sharpie S Note Duos, and Zig Clean Color dot markers. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. I try my best to link what I use in my Amazon storefront, so definitely check that out if you're interested in any of the pens or markers that I used. And stay tuned because the next video will be brush pens. All right, friends, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe as I am trying to grow content and grow my channel. And take care of yourselves. Remember that you are enough, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.